The first opportunity we have comes from people like you who are interested in telling our story. We didn't have that in Las Vegas because there were 30 events a week, 30 big events a week in Las Vegas. Obviously, Las Vegas made it very easy for us to come there from a financial point of view, but we never had the attention that we get from Atlantic City. And while Atlantic City is a metropolitan area, it still has a small town feel. And Miss America is the child of Atlantic City. And returning that child home has created such a sensation that it allows people like you and many, many others to tell our story and to get it out there. And we never had that in Las Vegas. So that's the number one and probably main reason that I consider this to be the preferred. You have thousands of people coming from all over the country to be here, and you see a broadcast that features Atlantic City all the way through it. You see a parade that's going to be televised for the very first time about Atlantic City and all the excitement in Atlantic City. It's going to make Atlantic City look very relevant. In terms of the Miss America organization, the return to Atlantic City is not the beginning of our pursuit of relevance. We started this some 8 years ago when I took the helm, and I knew that we had to find a way to appeal to a younger audience. This generation of young women, young kids, boys and girls, have grown up with reality television. And while I took a lot of hits professionally and personally among my constituents about doing that reality show, guess what? After 2 years of the reality show, the median aged viewer of Miss America dropped from 58 to 37, and that's what helped me get ABC's attention. When I think about the challenges of 2013, the biggest challenge is producing 2 extravaganzas in one 8-month period. That's what's been the challenge. Well, when you look at preparation aspects of what it takes to put a parade that's going to be viewed by 200,000 people, and then a pageant that's going to be viewed by millions and millions of people, you have a lot of pressure that's self-imposed because you want everything to be fabulous. But I'm very lucky, you see, because I have this partner named Sharon Pierce, who is the president of our organization, and a staff of 12 incredible people. And we all monitor thousands of volunteers, not only around the Atlantic City area, but across this great country, who are going to be pouring into Atlantic City to help us execute the vision that we've come up with. And the vision is going to be spectacular, and ultimately the final result will be as well. Being in New Jersey absolutely leaves me in a position to do more of what I want to do. It's been a growing process. It's been a process that had to have a plan and had to have a future, and we had to project towards. But because we're coming back to Atlantic City, and because we have financial support to do so, as well as the fact that we're growing in our, what am I trying to say? We're growing in our perception, and more sponsors are coming forward now. And it's making it so that we can provide even more scholarships. In fact, I can tell you today that we have an understanding with the U.S. Secretary of Education and the Department of Education in Washington on Capitol Hill, and we are starting a program in sync with them on STEM education. 35% of our contestants this year are in medical, science, technology, engineering, or math fields. And we hope that through this association that we can bring more attention to young women participating in these kind of programs. And to that end, we're going to be awarding 2 $5,000 scholarships, separate and apart from the Miss America scholarships based on how they place and finish in the competition, 2 $5,000 STEM scholarships to those who are most outstanding in that area. And the Department of Education is coming down to judge those contestants and be a part of that with us. So as we grow and as our financial stability grows, we will also be able to award more money to these young women. We are a nonprofit organization who is about scholarship. And if we can award more scholarship money, then we're winning. And we also have an incredible opening that we're doing this year to showcase Atlantic City. And the 8-minute opening parade of states will focus on all the contestants at different locations around this great city, and will give us a chance to not only show off our contestants in a beautiful light outdoors, but to introduce them in beautiful settings here in Atlantic City. And that production will be going on, because obviously we can't do it live, that production will be going on the week before. So you're going to see Miss America contestants everywhere from Steel Pier to White House Subs. White House Subs is my favorite. Well, we have a wonderful parade producer named John Best, who has worked with some of the biggest and best parades in our country, and he has come on board to help us produce this. We have over 140 units in our parade. We have all the contestants. Obviously, our Miss America, Mallory Hagan, will be featured on the Miss America float, but all the casinos have gotten involved, and many other organizations around the city have stepped up to help us, and they'll also be a part of the telecast, the first ever telecast of the Show Me Your Shoes Parade out of the Philadelphia ABC affiliates. And it's going to be broadcast 3 times along the Eastern Seaboard prior to our live telecast of the finals on September 15th. And this parade, I just have to say, has involved more volunteers in the area. We have children's groups from Atlantic City, glee clubs, choirs. The performance aspect of the parade is just going to be amazing, and we're trying to feature as many local people as we can. This is about Atlantic City and Miss America being synergized together, completely in sync, to make something truly wonderful happen. And I often liken it to the story behind Brigadoon, where everyone puts their negative baggage, at the door, and they come in to have this perfect weekend. And thousands and thousands of people will be coming from outside of Atlantic City, and then hundreds of thousands from this area will all be a part of our Brigadoon. That's the plan. I want to celebrate our 100th anniversary in 7 years right here in Atlantic City. I can't think of us being anywhere else, and so it begins, I said, Miss America's return to Atlantic City.